Alright, so I got about 5 gallons of mead brewing right here. I used a whole gallon of this pure southern honey. Ordered from Amazon. Came from Georgia, I think. But I'm aerating it right now. Here's all the stuff I got inside of it right here. Got white willow bark. Got some chunk of rose hips in there. Hibiscus. Rose petals. Bunch of rose petals. And some kind of pomegranate tea that's got a whole bunch of stuff in it actually. And a whole lot of peppers. Chopped up all these peppers. Most of them are cayenne peppers. And the other, there's a bunch of peppers in here. I don't know what they were, but they were freaking hot. They were hotter than the cayenne peppers. I lost track of all the labels that I got on all the peppers in my backyard. So I labeled them. I collected seeds. They're really hot peppers. Unknown, 2020. Here's the seeds from the cayenne peppers that I threw in there. A whole lot of them. And so I think that's most of the ingredients I got in this mead right here. Got all the peppers. Got all the herbs. Oh yeah, all the fruit that I got in here. I got a whole bag of that. Blueberry brand. It's got like strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. It's like 2 pounds of that. And then I got a whole lot of this in there. Wild blueberries. That's like a 3-pound bag. So there's like 2 pounds of wild blueberries in there. Strawberries. Oh, that's right. There's like a 2-pound bag right here of strawberries. I've done more than half the bag in there. So, got a lot of fruit. And a lot of spices in here. And, this honey is really good. I tried it and it was, it had a very unique taste to it. It was, a lot different than anything I've ever tried before. And I like it. So, and I didn't really cook any of the herbs or the spices that I threw in there. I didn't like really, you could say sanitize, whatever. I didn't cook it so much that it kills everything. There's also a bunch of flowers, bouquets that I collected from the desert. These are called stinknet. I threw a whole bouquet of these stinknet inside of this tea that I cooked. And I didn't throw the batch of flowers in there. I let it steep inside the tea with all that tea that I had over there. And then I took it out. I threw it in my garden. I didn't want this all this mass inside of the, while it's cooking, while it's fermenting. So I let it steep for a few minutes and then I took it out. There's some other kind of flower in there too. I got it from the desert. It smells really good. I like it. It's kind of bitter, kind of sweet. And I threw a few sticks of this bush that I got from the desert too. I broke off a bunch of stuff off of here, and I threw that inside that tea also. So, but when I collected this bush from the desert, it smelled really good. I liked the way it smelled, so that's why I took it. And what else did I do? Oh, I had a bunch of rosemary and sage and basil plants in my garden, and I collected a bunch. These are not the ones that I threw into the brew, but before I did, I collected a bunch of sage and rosemary and basil, and I dried it out real good, and I threw that into the tea that I threw into this beer too. So you got a nice big handful of that also in here. Fuck, what else did I throw in there? I think that's all the ingredients right there, except for the water I got from this place here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's called the Water Connection, and what they do is they oxygenate the water, like they plow tons of oxygen into the water, and that purifies it because it's basically oxygen poisoning. So that's the water that I brew with. It's pure. There's no living organisms in it. It's oxygenated water is what it is. So I drink it all the time. I don't drink tap water. I only drink filtered water from like water stores and stuff, or groundwater from the desert whenever I go out and visit mom or something. But I'm gonna try to get a shot of this, of me oxygenating this. What I do is I pick up this whole bucket and I transfer it and I pour it into that vat right there. That's where I cooked it at. Now I'll transfer it back and forth, and that oxygenates it. Now I didn't cook it all the stuff so hot. I only cooked the strawberries and the blueberries and the blackberries enough to cook it. I just cooked that stuff, but everything else is not cooked. And the yeast, duh, it's the most important thing. Over here, bam. This is the yeast I'm going to use. Premium wine yeast, MA33 from Vintner's Harvest. But I read the back of it, and it really applied to what I'm doing here. It really seemed to match up with what I'm doing with all these ingredients and all the stuff that I just grew in my backyard. And that's why I picked this yeast. I got it off Amazon. And that's what I'm going to use. Now, this brew that I got kind of cooling off over here is still cooling off. So I can't pour the yeast in yet. It's going to take a few hours. I cooked up all that 3 or 4 pounds worth of fruit inside of that vat, and even after pouring in the fresh water from the Water Connection store is still warm, still like really hot, really warm. I'll clean up this mess, you know that, but I'll keep pouring it into that vat and then pouring it into the bucket and pouring it in the vat to oxygenate it, cool it down a little bit. It's going to be a few hours before I can pitch the yeast, but really a few hours from now is when I'll be done with everything, and I'll let you guys know how it goes down. I wish I could have showed you a video of all the peppers that I cut up before I threw it all in there, but I got a bunch of pictures. I don't know, maybe I can edit everything and throw some photos of the peppers that I threw in there too. But it's mostly cayenne peppers and some other kind of pepper that was even hotter than the cayenne peppers, and they got me really excited. I mean, they were like it was the hottest peppers I've ever had. I was crying and drooling out of my eyes and my ears, and I was screaming in the backyard when I tried some of these peppers that I was growing. And fucking all the labels in my pepper garden got like kind of thrown all over the place because of the wind. All the storms that we get here in Phoenix sometimes are fucking ridiculous. So, I don't know what kind of pepper it is, but here's a bag of stuff that I took to work. Then I brought it back, and there's a cayenne. No, none of these are cayennes. This is a Thai hot pepper, I think, and this is some kind of, it's a jalapeno or something. But these two guys right here, these fuckers are hot. This little guy right here, he's hot. So is this guy. These guys right here, these little shriveled up things right here, are bitter and sweet. They actually taste pretty good. It's like they're well balanced. They're bitter and sweet. So, this guy right here too. This guy. So, I'll make another video. I don't know when, but I'll do it. I'll throw it out there to the universe and see what you guys think of it. I'll keep in touch. Jimbo is out. See you later. Good night.